What's going on, folks, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Ghosts weapon review. Today we're going to take a look at the weapon I'm going to call the Vepr, but I've heard so many different variations of how this word should be pronounced. I've heard Vepr, Vapor, Viper, and Vepr, so if there's any Ukrainians out there who's watching my videos, then feel free to post down in the comments your official pronunciation. Knowing how to pronounce this weapon's name in-game doesn't really offer us any benefits, so let's move on and take a look at the stats and figures of the Vepr, Viper, and figure out if this weapon's any good. So as always, we'll start off with the damage figures. The Vepr comes in with ratings of 35, dropping off to 20. They're not the highest, but they're pretty good figures from what we see in the SMG category. That all equates to a 325 shot to kill. A 3-shot kill is the maximum you're going to get up close, but the MTAR does drop off to only a 4-shot kill. But keep in mind the Vepr is nowhere near as bad as some of the SMGs that drop off to a 6 or 7-shot kill. The distance for that 3-shot kill range is pretty average too. 12 meters is kinda to be expected, but we do have weapons that can reach out a lot further, such as the 17-meter 3-shot kill range of the Vector. The outstanding feature for the Vepr is its magazine size. 42 rounds is the maximum capacity of all the SMGs, and that can be increased even further to 63 rounds with the use of the extended mags. We'd usually expect quite a slow reload time when you've got a high magazine capacity, but that's not really the case with the Vepr. It comes in at 2.9 seconds, which is still pretty high, but in comparison with a lot of the SMGs it's not overly slow. But still, sleight of hand is going to be a worthwhile attachment, so you're not left stuck in that awkward situation halfway through a magazine swap. 869 rounds per minute is a pretty good fire rate. That's above average for the whole spectrum of weapons, but when you compare it to some of the other SMGs it does seem quite low. It only gets a 2 out of 5 rating when compared to the likes of the 1000 rounds per minute of the CBJ, but it's not a statistic that's going to let you down in game. One feature of the Vepr that probably will let you down though is its recoil plot. The kick of this weapon is so high that it didn't even fit on my little chart. I had to start fading it out because it was just heading up towards the sky. This is actually a common problem with a lot of the SMGs. We've got the Vepr, the Bison and the CBJ MS, all of which have pretty terrible recoil plots. So for those weapons in particular, you'll probably want to go with the foregrip. Or if you hate trying to control that recoil, I'd recommend just sticking with the Vector or even the K7. Seeing as the foregrip is pretty much mandatory, it's a good job that the Vepr has pretty good iron sights, so you won't need to waste an attachment slot on a red dot sight. Just like the AK-12, the Vepr has those nice open iron sights that aren't enclosed by a rear aperture that can sometimes obscure your vision. So statistically speaking, this weapon does have quite a few drawbacks in its facts and figures, which is why I initially wanted to give it a 3 out of 5. But then when you compare it to a lot of the other SMGs, such as the CBJ MS or the PP19, it's far more competitive. The key features of the Vepr is its large magazine size combined with moderate damage and a pretty competitive fire rate, which is why it gets my overall rating of a 4 out of 5 and my title of being a bullet machine. This is a reliable weapon for those close range encounters, and if you combine those attachments with the extended mags, you can simply keep this weapon ticking over and spraying out bullets to run down anyone who gets in your way. So that just about wraps up my review of the Vepr in Call of Duty Ghosts. As always, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this weapon, so drop a comment down below. Also remember to post up your own rating. Do you agree with my 4 out of 5, or would you give it a full 5 out of 5, or maybe a lesser rating? If you do enjoy my Call of Duty Ghosts weapon guides, then be sure to check out the link in the description to the full playlist where you'll find all the episodes that I've already posted. My Call of Duty content doesn't seem to be half as popular this year, but if you do enjoy watching them and you want me to continue posting weapon guides and class setups, then I'd really love your ratings just so I can see that people still do enjoy watching them. So I hope you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.